Hello and welcome to our grand tour of the United Kingdom, a realm where age-old traditions collide with 21st century innovation. In the next stretch of this video, we'll reveal exactly why the UK draws travellers from every corner of the globe. Expect bustling capital cities, tranquil hilltop villages, monumental castles, legendary music scenes, mouth-watering pub fare, and an enduring history that shaped much of the modern world. We'll explore 4 nations under one umbrella: England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. Each brims with stories waiting to unfold: Celtic myths, Norman conquests, royal intrigues, and industrial revolutions. By the time we wrap up, you'll have a clearer picture of where to go, what to see, and how to immerse yourself in that iconic British charm. Ready? Let's go. Think of the UK as a patchwork quilt. You've got England, the largest portion, steeped in royal history, world-class universities, and global financial centres. Scotland leaps out with its rugged Highlands, Gaelic traditions, and a fiercely proud identity. Wales, the land of dragons, and some of the most melodic voices you'll ever hear, hosts a wealth of castles and coastal beauty. And Northern Ireland, renowned for its natural wonders and a cultural renaissance, has revitalised cities like Belfast. From Stonehenge's prehistoric enigma to the future-forward streets of London, each chapter in the UK's long timeline leaves its mark. It's a constitutional monarchy, meaning a royal family sits on the throne, yet the day-to-day governing is handled by an elected parliament. The weather can be dramatic. Raincoats and sunglasses might be needed on the same day, so always pack layers. Handy trains and buses connect even the smallest villages, so exploring is a breeze. Welcome to London, a microcosm of the world, a city forever innovating yet forever clinging to tradition. It's a place where you can sip artisanal coffee in a Victorian market one minute, then hop on a futuristic tube train to catch a Shakespearean play the next. Begin with the Gothic grandeur of the Houses of Parliament. Big Ben's chimes are almost synonymous with the UK itself. Right next door is Westminster Abbey, the setting for royal coronations, weddings, and funerals dating back nearly 1,000 years. Wander down the Mall to Buckingham Palace, arrive by mid-morning to catch the changing of the guard, arrive early for a prime viewing spot, then decompress in St James's Park, home to pelicans, ducks, and some of the nicest cityscapes around. Cross Tower Bridge, the picture postcard landmark that never fails to impress. Inside the Tower of London, you'll find the crown jewels and chilling stories of past prisoners. The yeoman warders, beefeaters, spin centuries of British law like no one else. London's cultural offerings are immense. The British Museum is a time warp from ancient Egyptian mummies to the Elgin marbles of ancient Greece. For art enthusiasts, the National Gallery and Tate Modern will not disappoint. And of course, no London trip is complete without a show in the West End, whether it's Shakespeare at the Globe or the latest blockbuster musical. Neighbourhoods each have their own unique identity. Covent Garden pulsates with street performers, Soho roars with nightlife, and Shoreditch overflows with artisan coffee shops, vintage boutiques, and edgy street art. If you're hungry, Borough Market near London Bridge is a foodie's paradise, offering global cuisine in a single stroll. Pro tip: don't miss the salted caramel donuts from local bakeries. They might just change your life. By now, you'll realize London is more than a city. It's an ever-evolving tapestry of history, culture, and possibility. Let's chat about food, because the UK has stepped up its culinary game in recent decades. Sure, the full English breakfast or fish and chips remain classics, but you'll also discover Michelin-starred restaurants, vegan hotspots, and global fusion cuisine around every corner. Pubs aren't just about drinking, they're community hubs. Sample a gastropub's innovative twist on British staples. Think ale-braised lamb shank or crispy pork belly with apple compote. Wash it down with a pint of locally brewed ale or a refreshing cider. A culinary institution where sweet meets savoury. Finger sandwiches, scones with clotted cream, and cakes so pretty you'll feel bad slicing them, accompanied by a perfectly brewed pot of tea. Try a historic hotel like the Savoy or Fortnum and Mason for a memorable experience. Travel outside London to taste regional treats like Cornish pasties, Bakewell tarts from Derbyshire, or the black pudding of Lancashire. Culinary traditions vary widely from region to region, so don't be afraid to explore local flavours in each county you visit. Ready for a slower pace? Leave the metropolitan buzz behind and step into the storybook Cotswolds. Here, honey-hued cottages cluster around ivy-covered churches and local pubs serve hearty fare. Visit picturesque villages like Castle Combe, often called the prettiest in England, or Bourton-on-the-Water, famous for its low bridges and gentle river. Pick up local crafts, rummage through antique shops, or simply chat with friendly villagers eager to swap stories. Farther north, the Lake District captivates with breathtaking landscapes, ethereal lakes, cascading waterfalls, and green peaks. Savor your moment on a rowboat in Lake Windermere, or tackle a day hike up Scafell Pike, England's tallest mountain. Poetry fans can stop by Dove Cottage, once the home of William Wordsworth, for a dash of literary history in an already magical setting. To venture north to Scotland, where centuries-old castles, sweeping moors, and a proud Gaelic culture create an utterly captivating landscape. Edinburgh Castle sits high atop Castle Rock, presiding over cobblestone streets. The Royal Mile is dotted with pubs, shops selling kilts, and hidden closes, alleyways brimming with stories. Summertime sees the city's population double for the Edinburgh Festival Fringe, the world's largest arts festival. Along with the Royal Edinburgh Military Tattoos stirring bagpipe performances, eerie and otherworldly, Glencoe's landscapes tell tales of clan battles and historical drama. For hikers and photographers, the Highlands are paradise, Loch Ness, the Cairngorms, and countless hidden glens. No Scottish journey is complete without a sip of single malt from the Speyside Whisky Trail or the Islay distilleries. Each dram has a story as complex as the region's own history. Jagged Quillen mountains, fairy pools, and dramatic sea cliffs. Skye is a must. Breathe in the salt air and Gaelic lore as you traverse rugged coastlines. Discover Neolithic wonders at Skara Brae, or lounge on beaches with turquoise waters that rival the Caribbean. Yes, even in chilly Scotland, Gaelic traditions remain strong and islanders are famously hospitable. Heading west, Wales stands proud with its Celtic roots, mesmerizing scenery, and more castles per square mile than practically anywhere else. Cardiff, the capital, features a restored medieval castle, the modern entertainment complex at Cardiff Bay, and a fervour for rugby. Visit the Principality Stadium, formerly Millennium Stadium, on match day for an electric atmosphere. Snowdonia National Park is a playground for hikers, climbers, and nature lovers. Mount Snowdon, the highest peak in Wales, can be conquered on foot or by quaint mountain railway. Nearby, you'll find the fortress towns of Conwy and Caernarfon, each with thick stone walls that echo with centuries of history. Home to Britain's only coastal national park, Pembrokeshire boasts dramatic cliffs, secret coves, and abundant wildlife like puffins and seals. Try coasteering, an adventure sport that involves cliff jumping and wild swimming, for an unforgettable thrill. Across the Irish Sea, Northern Ireland charms travellers with striking landscapes and a dynamic cultural scene. Energetic, creative, and historically complex, Belfast has emerged from decades of conflict into a culturally diverse hub. The Titanic Quarter pays tribute to the doomed liner built here. Visit the Titanic Belfast Museum for an immersive deep dive. Tracing the scenic coastline from Belfast to the Giant's Causeway, this route showcases rolling hills, dramatic cliffs, and quaint villages. The Giant's Causeway itself, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, sports 40,000 interlocking basalt columns formed millions of years ago. Nearby, dare to cross the Carrick-a-Rede rope bridge if you're not afraid of heights. From lively pubs where traditional music rings out to the evolving street art that reflects Belfast's push for peace, Northern Ireland welcomes travellers with open arms. Expect heartfelt conversations, especially if you show genuine interest in local stories. There's more to England than London countryside meadows or the Lake District. Let's spotlight a few gems. Known for its Roman-built baths and stunning Georgian architecture, Bath dazzles with genteel elegance. The Royal Crescent and Pulteney Bridge make for postcard-perfect strolls. A circle of massive stones rising out of the Salisbury Plain. Historians and mystics debate its origins, an astronomical calendar, a religious monument, or something else entirely. Rival university towns brimming with tradition, centuries-old libraries and academic prestige. Punting along the River Cherwell or Cam is both peaceful and picturesque. The north of England embraces a strong identity. Liverpool gave the world the Beatles and preserves a deep maritime heritage. Manchester, once the powerhouse of the Industrial Revolution, buzzes with music, art and football fandom. Surrounded by medieval walls, York is a treasure trove of Gothic architecture, especially the imposing York Minster. Wander the winding shambles, rumoured inspiration for Harry Potter's Diagon Alley, and soak in over 2 millennia of layered history. If one nation has shaped global culture, it's arguably the UK. Literature alone boasts Shakespeare, Austen, Dickens and the Bronte sisters, each leaving an indelible mark. Musically, the Beatles, Rolling Stones, Queen and a kaleidoscope of newer acts continue to influence genres worldwide. Theatres, particularly London's West End, stage timeless masterpieces and new innovations in equal measure. Then there are the revered traditions, rowdy cricket matches on sunlit greens, intense football rivalries and regal processions like Trooping the Colour. Layer upon layer, Britain's cultural tapestry remains as dynamic as ever. The UK morphs with the seasons, offering fresh charm year-round. Spring witness fields of daffodils and bluebells in ancient woodlands. The Chelsea Flower Show in May is a must for horticulture fans. Summer long days, lively music festivals, village fetes, picnics in the park. Consider the Edinburgh Fringe in August if you're up for comedy, theatre and non-stop performances. Autumn golden foliage sets the countryside ablaze. November 5th is Bonfire Night, celebrating the thwarting of the gunpowder plot with fireworks and bonfires. Winter holiday markets in historic city centres overflow with mulled wine, artisanal crafts and that unmistakable tingle of festive spirit. Currency is the British pound sterling and you drive on the left. Public transport is usually reliable, especially trains between major cities. An umbrella is your best friend. Pack those layers. Polite queuing is practically a national pastime, so join the line and wait your turn with a friendly smile. When travelling to the UK, be sure your passport remains valid for the full duration of your stay, as some carriers and visa policies can be strict about expiration dates. Many nationalities don't need a visa for short tourist visits, but it's essential to check the government guidelines ahead of time, especially post-Brexit if you're coming from certain parts of Europe. If you're planning an extended stay or specialised activities like work or study, you may need additional permits to keep everything above board. Always have digital and hard copies of your documents in case you need a backup. Generally, the UK doesn't require special vaccinations beyond the usual ones, but it never hurts to confirm your immunisations are up to date. Having travel insurance can save you plenty of stress should you encounter unexpected health issues or need urgent medical care. While the UK's healthcare system is robust, overseas visitors may still face hefty bills if they're uninsured. Pack any prescription meds in your carry-on and consider bringing a small first aid kit for peace of mind. The UK's weather is famously unpredictable, so it's best to dress in layers you can easily add or remove. A light waterproof jacket or umbrella is practically a necessity year-round. Comfortable walking shoes are key for exploring cobblestone streets or trekking scenic footpaths. And don't forget small but important items like universal adapters, because nothing kills the travel buzz like a dead phone and incompatible plug. The United Kingdom's tapestry of history spans ancient Celtic tribes, Roman conquests, medieval monarchies and the birth of the British Empire. Each era left behind a trove of grand cathedrals, castles and monuments that now blend seamlessly with modern life. From the signing of the Magna Carta to the coronation ceremonies at Westminster Abbey, key milestones have shaped not just Britain but world history too. Exploring these storied locales can feel like stepping straight into a chapter of Europe's past. Although English is the primary language across the UK, you may hear Gaelic in parts of Scotland and Welsh in Wales. Both hold strong cultural significance. Don't be surprised if you encounter regional slang like the Cockney rhyming slang in London or Scots phrases up north. Apps like Duolingo or Babbel can help you pick up a few everyday expressions. Even learning to say a cheery cheers, mate, can spark a smile from locals. British culture places a high value on politeness and queuing. Cutting in line is a big no-no. A simple please and thank you will take you far. And locals appreciate a respectful tone even during casual interactions. While most Brits are friendly, they often prefer a bit of personal space, so avoid overly intrusive questions on first meeting. Observing local behaviour and matching that courtesy is the easiest way to blend in. Summer in the UK, roughly June to August, is peak tourist season. Expect milder weather but also bigger crowds and higher accommodation costs. Spring and autumn can be delightful, offering less congestion and often discounted rates on flights and lodging. Winter brings chilly weather and shorter days, yet festive Christmas markets and cosy pubs make it a unique time to visit. Ultimately, the best time depends on whether you thrive on lively vibes or prefer slower travel with fewer queues. Air travel is the most common way to reach the UK, with major international airports like Heathrow, Gatwick and Manchester receiving flights from across the globe. Budget carriers such as EasyJet and Ryanair also operate extensively, connecting the UK to other European destinations at competitive prices. Book flights well in advance to snag the best deals, especially during popular holidays or festival periods, and don't forget to factor in travel times from the airport to city centres. Some hubs are a fair distance from your final stop. The Eurostar provides a slick connection between mainland Europe and the UK, zipping under the English Channel in just a couple of hours. If you're coming from cities like Paris, Brussels or Amsterdam, this can be both scenic and stress-free. Booking tickets early often secures the best fares and seat selections. Arrive at the station in good time. Security checks are required, though typically quicker than airports. Long-distance coaches like National Express or Megabus offer budget-friendly options to and from various UK cities. Journeys can be longer than taking the train, but can save you significant cash if time isn't your main concern. Many coaches have free Wi-Fi and power outlets, making them decently comfortable for cross-country travel. Plan ahead, as bus schedules may be less frequent on weekends or holidays. Before landing, you might receive a landing card to complete if you're not an EU passport holder. Though rules vary post-Brexit, be transparent about the length and purpose of your stay. Immigration officers appreciate clarity. Declare any restricted items such as large sums of cash or certain food products to avoid issues at customs. Once cleared, you're free to explore the UK's blend of contemporary city life and old-world charm. Within the UK, trains are a popular way to hop between cities and regions quickly. Advance tickets often come with discounts, so early planning can save money. Scenic routes, especially in Scotland or along the Welsh borders, can feel like a journey through postcard-perfect landscapes. Whether you're commuting to London from Brighton or taking a long haul to the Highlands, rail travel is typically efficient and relaxing. Renting a car offers the freedom to discover hidden villages and coastal gems off the main tourist trails. Be prepared to drive on the left side of the road, which can take a bit of adjustment for visitors from right-hand driving countries. Major highways or motorways are well maintained, but narrow, winding rural roads require extra caution. Always check fuel prices and potential congestion charges, especially if you plan to drive in larger cities like London. Taxis in the UK are generally reliable, especially the iconic black cabs in London known for their rigorous driver exams. Fares can be higher than public transport, so it's wise to check approximate costs before hopping in. In most major cities, ride-sharing apps also offer convenient alternatives, often at cheaper rates. Whether you're flagging down a cab on a busy street or booking via an app, it's a hassle-free way to get from point A to B, especially when you have luggage or are short on time. And one of the best ways to soak up local vibes is simply by walking, especially in compact city centres or charming old towns. London, Edinburgh, Bath. Many UK cities boast well-marked pedestrian zones and scenic walking paths. Don't be afraid to wander and discover hidden squares, local markets or side street cafes. Just remember to watch for oncoming traffic from the opposite direction if you're used to cars driving on the right. Staying in hostels or smaller family-run guest houses can keep your travel costs down without skimping on charm. Many budget hotels offer comfortable, no-frills rooms, often located just outside main tourist areas. Look for special midweek or off-season deals if you have flexibility in your schedule. With a bit of research, you can snag cozy, affordable lodgings, leaving more cash for sightseeing and fun experiences. Exploring the UK's vibrant street food scene can be a delicious way to save money. Keep an eye out for local markets like Borough Market in London or the farmers' markets of the countryside, where you can snag wallet-friendly bites. Pubs often serve hearty lunches at reduced prices compared to dinner time. If you're really watching the budget, opting for a supermarket meal deal is a quick fix that won't break the bank. From royal palaces to prehistoric monuments, the UK's top attractions are a tapestry of time and tradition. Buckingham Palace in London offers a peek into modern monarchy, while Stonehenge stands as a 5,000-year-old mystery on the Salisbury Plain. World-class museums like the British Museum or National Gallery beckon with priceless art and artifacts, many free to enter. Whether you're a history buff or casual explorer, these iconic landmarks never fail to captivate. Every city in the UK has its own patchwork of neighbourhoods, each brimming with unique personality. London's Camden embraces an offbeat artsy vibe, whereas Kensington exudes stately elegance. Up in Edinburgh, the old town feels medieval and mysterious, while Stockbridge offers tranquil, village-like charm. Discovering these pockets is half the fun. Duck into local pubs, peek into independent shops, and soak up the atmosphere along the way. The UK loves a good celebration, with festivities ranging from massive street parties to cosy local fairs. Notting Hill Carnival brings Caribbean beats and dazzling costumes to London's streets each August. Up north, Edinburgh's Hogmanay rings in the new year with a spectacular fireworks display and street events. No matter the season, you're likely to stumble across festivals celebrating everything from music and literature to food and heritage. Adventure junkies can get their fix by hiking the Scottish Highlands or surfing the waves along Cornwall's shoreline. If you prefer a slower pace, indulge in afternoon tea. Tiny sandwiches, scones with clotted cream and a pot of English breakfast will do the trick. Cultural enthusiasts might enjoy a Shakespeare play in Stratford-upon-Avon or a whiskey tasting tour in a Highland distillery. Whether you're seeking thrills or zen moments, the UK caters to every traveller's style. If you're short on time, hit the London must-sees, like the Tower of London, British Museum and a West End show. Then add a day trip to soak up countryside charm. With a week or more, you can venture north to Edinburgh, west to Cardiff, or even further into the Lake District. Extended stays let you explore at leisure, perhaps renting a car to reach hidden corners of Cornwall or the Highlands. Structuring your trip around your interests, be it history, food or outdoor adventure, ensures every day feels well spent. Day trips are a chance to swap urban buzz for cobblestone streets or scenic vistas. Bath's Roman heritage and Regency charm make it a favourite escape from London, while the Cotswolds storybook villages enchant visitors with thatched roofs and tranquil lanes. Cities like Manchester or Liverpool also sit close to scenic Pennine landscapes, perfect for a countryside breather. A well-chosen day out can refresh your energy and show off another slice of Britain's diverse character. Guided tours can give you a new perspective on well-loved destinations, whether it's a literary walk in Oxford or a haunted excursion through London's historic alleyways. Offbeat adventures like foraging tours in rural Wales or castle hopping in Northern Ireland add a dash of spontaneity to any itinerary. Local experts often share tidbits you'd never find in a standard guidebook, stories, folklore, and hidden gems. Whether you're a superfan, retracing fictional footprints, or a foodie craving authentic flavours, these tours enrich your UK journey in unforgettable ways. For retail therapy, the UK spoils you with everything from high-end department stores like Harrods to indie boutiques tucked away in quaint lanes. London's West End, Manchester's Trafford Centre or Glasgow's Buchanan Street all promise a day's worth of window shopping. Markets such as Camden or Spitalfields cater to lovers of vintage fashion, quirky jewellery and food stalls galore. Whether you crave luxury labels or one-of-a-kind finds, Britain's array of shopping districts has you covered. As souvenirs can be as simple as a beautifully packaged box of English tea, or as unique as hand-woven Scottish tartan. Seek out local makers who craft pottery, jewellery, or artisanal foods that capture the spirit of their region. If you're a whiskey fan, consider bringing home a bottle from your favourite distillery tour. Just be mindful of customs allowances. A meaningful memento can extend your travel memories long after your trip ends. Wherever you choose, aim for a spot near public transport to make your sightseeing days easier. Beyond traditional hotels, the UK offers diverse options, like serviced apartments for those seeking a home away from home feel. Hostels are great for meeting fellow travellers, often providing common kitchens and social lounges. Eco-lodges and countryside retreats let nature lovers soak up rural vibes while minimising environmental impact. From city lofts to rustic cabins, there's a lodging style for every taste and travel plan. British cuisine is a hearty affair, with Sunday roast fish and chips and bangers and mash ranking among the beloved staples. Don't miss out on regional favourites like haggis in Scotland, Welsh rarebit in Wales, or an Ulster fry in Northern Ireland. Indian curries are also woven into the UK's culinary fabric. Chicken tikka masala is cheekily dubbed a national dish by many. Whether you dine in a pub or at a contemporary fusion restaurant, you'll find that British fare goes way beyond tea and crumpets. The UK boasts an impressive range of restaurants to suit any budget, from high-end Michelin-starred venues to casual bistros that prove flavour doesn't require a triple-digit bill. London alone teems with culinary hotspots. One day you could be tasting gastronomic marvels in Mayfair, the next seeking hidden gems in Brixton. Cities like Edinburgh, Manchester and Bristol also tout award-winning eateries alongside beloved local joints. Wherever you are, booking a table in advance is wise, especially for popular spots and weekend evenings. Nightclubs in the UK cater to a spectrum of tastes, from pounding electronic beats in London's superclubs to underground techno in Manchester's converted warehouses. Dress codes vary. Some places require smart attire while others embrace laid-back street style. Expect cover charges, especially for big-name DJ sets or special theme nights. Arrive early if you want to avoid long queues, and once inside, dance the night away until sunrise. Brits love their pubs, and these social hubs often double as community living rooms. Ideal for chatting with friends or cheering on a football match. Whether you fancy an old-world inn with car scales or a swanky rooftop lounge overlooking the city, the UK delivers on ambience. Many places also serve affordable comfort food, making them a perfect pit stop after a day of exploration. Grab a pint of local craft beer or a classic gin and tonic, and embrace the laid-back pub culture that Brits hold dear. Though the UK is generally safe, it's wise to stay alert in bustling tourist areas or late-night venues. Pickpockets can operate anywhere crowds gather, so keep valuables secure in zipped bags or money belts. Politely decline overly friendly offers from strangers promising deals or tours that sound too good to be true. A bit of vigilance goes a long way, and you'll find the UK's social atmosphere to be warm and welcoming. In any major emergency, police, fire or medical, dial 999. If your situation is urgent but not life-threatening, you might use the non-emergency line at 101 for police. Keep your embassy or consulate contact information handy, especially if you need assistance with lost passports or legal issues. By preparing a little info in advance, you'll navigate emergencies far more calmly. Staying connected in the UK is a breeze, with free Wi-Fi commonly found in coffee shops, libraries, and even public squares. Cities like London also have Wi-Fi on parts of the underground, though coverage can be patchy. Many hotels and hostels include Wi-Fi in their room rates, so factor that in when booking. If you're on the go, keep an eye out for hotspots labelled free Wi-Fi. They're often just a few steps away. For uninterrupted data access, buying a local SIM can be a cost-effective option. Providers like EE, O2, Vodafone and 3 all offer prepaid plans, some with generous data allowances. Coverage is generally strong across the UK, although rural regions can have the occasional signal hiccup. Once your SIM is activated, you can navigate with maps, stay in touch via social media, and easily hail ride shares or check train schedules. When it's time to leave, many international airports, ferries or rail services can carry you smoothly to the next chapter of your journey. Double-check departure times, baggage allowances and any customs rules for precious souvenirs like local whiskey or artisanal foods. If you plan on hopping to nearby countries in Europe or Ireland, look into budget airlines or ferry crossings for a scenic alternative. Waving goodbye to the UK might feel bittersweet, but you'll leave with a treasure trove of stories and experiences to share.
Thanks so much for joining us on today's adventure. If you enjoyed tagging along or picked up a helpful tip, smash that thumbs up button and drop us a comment below. We'd love to hear about your travel stories, dream destinations, and any fun travel hacks you've discovered. Seriously, don't hold back. It's your input that makes this community awesome. Before you head off to plan your next getaway, be sure to subscribe and tap the notification bell so you're first in line for our upcoming adventures. And hey, don't keep all the excitement to yourself. Share this video with your fellow travel lovers. After all, exploring is even better when we can inspire and learn from each other. Thanks again for watching and catch you in the next journey.